The last years of the 1960s were some of the most turbulent times for the African American community. However, as a lad lost in the safe and carefree world of my infancy, I did not have a clue. The world saw me as inferior to the Caucasian race. I did not own this widely held notion because my godly and righteous grandparents taught me to always view life and the people around me from the inside out instead of from the outside in. Therefore, the inkling never entered my mind that the justice, liberties, and opportunities to succeed were not as guaranteed to me as an African American as they were to my Caucasian American brothers and sisters. I was neither mentally ill nor slow of learning. I was just taught to see my God given abilities before I looked at the worldly opportunities presented to me. I grew up understanding life and the people around me based on what I knew about me and them, and not based on what others decided they wanted me to see or even what the world revealed to me. Because I looked from the inside out, I saw my God given capabilities to become whomever God assigned out in the world for me to become. Looking from the inside out, I knew I possessed the natural talents needed to carry out the task ahead. Although the world prejudged me as inferior because of the color of my skin or because of the poverty my family existed in, the God of Abraham sent my grandparents to instruct me to view those around me as well as myself the same way God does. The God of Abraham sees us from the inside out and not the outside in. Nevertheless, 2 scores and 1 decade since my birth, and it is unfortunate that the world has not changed much. Yes, it is sad that the shadows cast from justice denied once again darken our American communities. Moreover, it almost torments the God given peace in my soul that the unnerving darkness of past injustices now blankets our present. The sins of yesteryear that our injured and remorseful nation swore never to revisit now slowly creep across America's fragmented cities and communities. The sinful shadow of injustice comes not just because of one tragic murder. The rumbling of national discontent, once silent, has loudly returned because the lessons learned were left misapplied. Therefore, true justice could never be done. No, true justice could not be done in 2014 because we continue to see others through segregated eyes just like our ancestors did in 1964. In 2014, just like in 1964, when we open our eyes, we look in the mirror of reality, we still see an African American me and a Caucasian American you. In 2014, just like during 1929, our nation struggled to correct the worst fiduciary mistake ever made. Still, right now, just like way back then, we are still recognized as a poor me and a rich you. When will we finally learn that anytime we judge people from the outside in because of class, fame, and status or wealth, true justice can never be done? Yes, we might change our laws or even rearrange our common living spaces to the point where everything is politically fair. Yet our politicians will never be able to legislate how you see me or how I view you. That one thing is something each of us must personally do. However, in order for this mad, confusing world to actually survive, our African American, Asian American, Caucasian American, Islamic American, Latino American, Native American, and other American communities must change the way we view each other and the world. We must, because we cannot afford to wait on our government to pass the laws that guarantee everyone's rights. We must make sure that we give everyone those equal rights ourselves. We must strive to see beyond the transparency of our dividing barriers and unite for the sake of saving our American nation as well as all of humanity. Yes, we must change the way we see our neighbors, and we must correct the way we treat our enemies. We must stop focusing on what we see on the outside of a person. We must take time to look within to view a person instead as an expendable object. We can do it because we will never know how good a book is until we read past the front cover.